Wednesday, July 12th, 5:15 p.m. New York time. U.S. stock market is closed and the futures market is closed. We're almost in the middle of the month and we're hitting a lot of new highs in the equity market. Let's look at the yields first, see what's occurring with the yields. The yields reflect the interest rates. Looking here at the 30-year yield, it's above the high of last week, but it's currently red. Yep. Also up here near the highs of the year. Looking at the 10-year, we did not take out the high or low of last week yet. Interesting. Looking at the 5-year, also we're still inside that range from last week. The 2-year took out the low of last week. So the longer duration, the 30-year, is the only one that broke above the high of last week. Let's go on to the equity market. Look at the key stock indexes. Each candle's a week. So that's not completed yet till Friday. We're looking at the S&P 500. New high for the year. Outstanding. Strong like bull. New high for the year. So whatever financial equity instrument you're in, stock indexes, stock mutual funds, if it did not make a new high for the year, consider them losers. If someone else is managing them, consider firing them. What good are they doing if they're not performing equal or better than the stock index where you could buy it outright on yourself, your own? NASDAQ 100, also new high for the year. Outstanding. Remember, the NASDAQ is heavily weighted towards technology. Not so much heavy weighted banks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average did not make a new high yet. It did take out the high of last week, but here's the high for the year, so very close. Dow Jones Transports, new high for the year. Outstanding. And they still get packages on time. Outstanding. Dow Utilities, green for the week, actually made a lower low than prior week, that 900 level, and closed above it. Huge consolidation here. And look, higher lows too. Russ 2000, new high, took out that high from last week. Big candle, too nice body, bullish. So right off the bat, we know leadership. S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, new highs for the year, as well as the Dow Transports. Those three indexes, focus on those, looking for the strongest stocks inside those, and which ones will also make new highs if you want to do individual stocks. So let's go look at the sectors, because there's 11 sectors inside the S&P 500. First, XLK did not make a new high for the year, but it did take out the high of last week. Very similar to the NASDAQ. So let's get rid of that. That's from before. Move this up. Oops. There we go. XLV actually made a low, broke below the low of last week. So that's a loser. XLF, new high right there. Not the high for the year, but the high for this trend. That's the high of the year, the financials. And we broke above last week, up strong. Now we're testing midpoint here. Caution, because that's it. We might have a pop and a reverse down here. Use caution before you start buying up here. XLY, new high for the year. Outstanding. So let's move that up too. $173. 173.87. Nice. XLC, also new high for the year. Fantastic. So again, if you don't want to do the major equity indexes, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, you can look at these individual sectors because they might be performing now or later better than the indexes. XLI, also new high for the year. XLP, no, took out the low of last week. XLE, that took out the high last week, right there. XLU, look at that, still made a lower low, these utility ones. XLRE, real estate, took out the high of last week. This is a stock index, and there's several companies in here. It's very diversified, such as your public storage places, your builders, your retail. Again, very diversified for the real estate. This is a trust fund or like an index. It's not just one industry of the real estate. It's very diversified. XLB, inside candle. Wow, all that price action on everything. We have one that's slower than all the other ones. It's inside the candle, inside. Didn't take out the higher low last week. That's interesting. Yep. So again, we have several that made lows below the low of last week, and several made highs. That one, though, let's go see again. We know XLY did, outstanding. XLC, XLI. Yep. So it looks like those three of the sectors, XLY, that's consumer discretionary. XLC, that's communication services. And XLI, that's industries. So let's look at the Magnificent 7 stocks. Used to be referred to as the FANG Plus, but now